spectacular battle. We have an arena. On one side, we have the viruses, and on the other side, we have the science. Not too long ago, the science was battling with viruses, with the H1N1, the SARS, the MERS, and now the COVID-19. It is yet unknown whether the COVID-19 will stay with us, will end, will return in waves. However, the science is practically agreeing that they estimate that it's going to stay with us, not completely be wiped out, but return in waves, just like the flu, where we take, some of us at least, annual vaccinations. This is what we mean living with the COVID. Living with COVID means that as we get enough vaccinations, as we get enough behavior change, stabilizations in the variants, enough people getting it, then when we succeed on reducing the death ratio into something which is similar to the flu, then we can start living it just like the flu. As long as it's going to be 10x rate of the death from flu, we cannot really call it living with COVID. We already have some experience from the SARS and MERS. The SARS specifically, which started on 2003. In both of them, we know the intermediate host. The intermediate host is the host that intermediates the virus from the source, the origin, like the bat, as we think that where the COVID, for example, came from. Then the virus gets into an intermediate host and then to human. In the MERS, for example, it was camels in the Middle East. The WHO organization, the World Health Organization, continues currently to investigate what is the intermediate in order to assist us to identify the surrounding of this virus. There are currently ongoing 3 theories on the source of this virus. The first one is that it came naturally from bats on a market. Second one, that it came naturally but from a leak in a lab. And the third one is that it was fully manipulated by scientists. In all the cases, in any way, we know that it started from a bat, because bats have these origin viruses, but we do not know yet what is the intermediate host. We did not find yet. And of course, we know that it arrived to humans. We originally called the main variants on the source country. So why it's not, we cannot fully say that the source for Delta was India, maybe it was another country. So basically the WHO, the World Health Organization, decided let's not name countries, let's just call them Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta. Alpha, I think, is the UK, Beta maybe the South Africa, Gamma, I think Brazil, and Delta is the one from India. But in all these cases, we are not fully sure whether this was really the original country. The COVID-19 is an RNA virus. Has a spike protein which binds to the cells. It binds to the cells with the ACE2 receptor on the cell. Then it penetrates, gets the cells as a hostage or hijacks it, and then starts replicating. It's like a program, a series of codes in order to replicate in each such hijacked cells and humans. So basically the RNA translates, we have a translation from A to T, from G to C, and sometimes we have some mistakes. For example, instead of A to T, we have an A to G. This is a random change. Sometimes this random change is superior, the survival of the fittest. These are the instructions to the human cell in order to reproduce. It does not have a mind. The delta was found originally on October 2020. It is known that currently the delta has stronger binding power, binds stronger to the ACE2, where the spike proteins binds to. It's practically twice as infectious. Whether it's more deadly, it's hard to tell. Why? Why is it hard to tell if the delta is deadlier than the alpha? Because now we are more vaccinated. So we are not comparing same population. Now the population is vaccinated, especially the older age. So it's hard to tell whether it's more deadlier or not, or whether it's because more people already got infected, more people got vaccinated. What we do know is that the war between the virus and the scientist is still ongoing. The scientist needs to work on more and more vaccinations. The population is going to vaccinate, and we as a whole are going to try to reduce the death rate into a lower level, something similar to the flu. When it comes to this point, it is estimated by the scientists that it's going to become a seasonal virus, that people would get vaccinated seasonally too, and this would be the living with the virus, unless there comes another crazy variant which would not hold any vaccinations and be more deadly. But as viruses are more deadly, they also kill their hosts. When they kill the host, they can't reproduce that fast. So there is a balance in between the deadliness of the viruses to their ability to reproduce and spread. So therefore this is the estimation. We would manage with masks, with vaccinations, with herd immunity, with behavior change, people to reduce the death rate into some lower manageable level, something similar to the flu. And we already had such cases, H1N1, MERS, SARS. And when it comes to this lower level, we would start living with it. So I think this was very interesting. Thank you for listening to this, and see you next time.